Hi friends, E.C. Maltbia here, Senior Pastor of the True Holiness Saints Center in the beautiful city of Conway, Arkansas. And you know what time it is. It is Wednesday Word time. So what is our Wednesday Word for tonight, Pastor Maltbia? Our Wednesday Word is integrity. And the truth of the matter is this: if you want to be all that God has called you to be, you need to walk in integrity. So what is integrity, Pastor Maltbia? Integrity is an adherence to a moral, ethical, and/or biblical principles. Many of us have heard it said integrity is doing the right things even when no one is watching. So here's what I want to do tonight in a very short time. I want to give you 3 ways that you can walk in integrity. Way number 1 to walk in integrity: you've got to keep your promises. Yeah, keep your promises. The Bible says it best in Psalms 15:4. Who despises a vile person, but honors those who fears the Lord. Now listen to this next phrase: who keeps an oath even when it hurts. A person of integrity keeps an oath even when it hurts. When you're a person of integrity, you keep your word even when it's inconvenient, even when it's uncomfortable, even when you don't really want to. In fact, let me give you your social media quote for tonight. Here it is: do what is right and not what is easy. Yeah. Do what's right and not what is easy. Always remember, ma'ams and sirs, that integrity will cost you something. Yeah. Keeping your promises will cost you something. What do you mean, Pastor Maltbia, it's going to cost me something? Well, number 1, it might cost you some extra time. It might cost you some extra money. It might cost you some extra effort, but please understand that oftentimes keeping your word will cost you something. Therefore, it is imperative for you and I, before we make a promise to someone, to pray about it and be cautious with our word, because sooner or later you're going to have to pay the cost for what you have promised to do. Integrity says, I keep my promises even when it's inconvenient to do so. But a second way you can walk in integrity is simply by paying your bills on time. Yeah. If you want to be a person of integrity in 2023, you've got to focus on paying your bills on time. Please understand, paying what you owe is a big deal to God, and therefore paying what you owe should be a big deal to you. The Bible echoes these words in Psalms 37 and 21a. The first part of the verse clearly says, the wicked borrow and do not repay. Did you not know that a person who does not pay their bills is considered a person who is wicked in the eyes of the Lord? And here's one thing I've discovered over the years. You can tell a whole lot about a person's integrity. In fact, you can tell a whole lot about a person's Christian character by the way they handle their personal finances. For example, you can come to church consistently, week in and week out. You can pray daily. You can volunteer in the church ministry and always participate in praise and worship. But if you don't pay your bill collectors, if you don't pay what you owe, there is a question with your integrity. There is a question with your Christian character. Maybe the question ought to be tonight: how many cell phone providers do you still owe after changing from one provider to the next? How many times have you walked out on a lease and go to another apartment complex without paying what you owe? How many times have you dodged a phone call or hid a vehicle because you were hiding it from a bill collector? The truth of the matter is, you can't be all spiritual on Sunday morning and forget about the practical things of paying what you owe. A person of integrity. A person that does what's right when no one else is looking. A person that adheres to moral, ethical, and biblical principles always keeps their word even when it hurts. But they always pay what they owe. And here's the last one tonight. Not only do you keep your promises, not only do you pay what you owe, but here's the one I like the best. People of integrity mind their own business. Yeah, people of integrity mind their own business. Did you not know this was a biblical concept? In fact, 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 11, the Apostle Paul says these words, "And to make it your ambition to lead a quiet life, you should mind your own business and work with your hands, just as we told you." You should mind your own business. In 2023, don't be a busybody. People of integrity have learned how to mind their own business. Minding your own business means a lot of things, but let me mention two things to you. When you walk in integrity and you know how to mind your own business, that means you don't share confidential information. If someone shares a secret with you, you don't share it with anybody else. Particularly when you get upset with the person. See, there's a lot of us that keep people's secrets as long as the person is doing what you want them to do. As long as you and the person are best friends. But as soon as you guys fall out, as soon as you guys have a massive disagreement, as soon as they hurt your feelings, oftentimes we go back and tell everything we owe or everything we know. But the truth of the matter is this: when you're a person of integrity, even though they hurt your feelings, you don't say a word. Even though they hurt your feelings, you keep confidential information confidential. Why? Because you walk in integrity. You are bound by a certain group of moral, ethical, and biblical principles. So you don't tell other people's secrets. But here's another thing that a person with integrity does not do. You don't go around gossiping. Yeah, you mind your own business. What do you mean, Pastor Maltbia? You don't talk about people behind their back. People of integrity live by this general rule. If I can't say it to your face, I'm not going to say it at all. People of integrity have learned to mind their own business. Our Wednesday word tonight is integrity. It is an inherent and it is a time for you to stick to a moral, ethical, or biblical principle. Integrity, most of all, is doing the right things even when no one else is watching you. So when it comes to keeping your word, do the right thing. When it comes to paying your bills on time, do the right thing. And please, ma'ams and sirs, when it comes to minding your own business, do the right thing. Until we speak again, be blessed.